Now, before you leave a comment after briefly looking at this video's thumbnail saying this video sucks before even watching it, please hear me out, understand where I'm coming from, then post whatever comment you want. Anyways, so you've probably heard about this now, but here I go anyway. Minecraft has officially announced their new movie. Yay! I guess. I mean, I don't even know at this point. Now, like many people, I am very skeptical of this movie. And let's just say the first trailer release doesn't really inspire confidence. Now, that being said, I do think that this movie could make or break the Minecraft franchise. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's backtrack a little bit to February 2014, more than a decade ago as of this video's release. It's here in this time period where Minecraft was nearing one of its greatest all time peaks in popularity that the very first talks of the creation of the Minecraft movie between Mojang and Warner Bros. Began. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but that was literally 10 years ago, and for reference, the average movie takes roughly 3 years to make. That's more than 3 times the length. Now, let's bring it back to the current day. Though it's taken a long time, we're finally here. The new Minecraft movie is set to release on April 4th, 2025. Now, that sounds great, doesn't it? I wonder what the community thinks about this, and oh no, 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 this is not good at all. Now, if you couldn't tell what the community thinks because you're an insociable germaphobe, like only the greatest of gamers, I am no help to you. But if you don't have the social ineptitude of the average beetle, then you can tell that the community is, well, less than pleased with how this thing turned out. And this is where we start this video's argument, though you may see lots of people being mad at the bad dialogue, jokes, and visuals, which I'm not disagreeing with you are far from ideal, at least in this movie trailer. The main fact of the matter that I want to deal with today is the danger or maybe even potential this movie can have for the rest of Minecraft. There are two sides to this argument, so let's start with the danger that this movie could bring to the rest of the Minecraft franchise if misled in the wrong ways. So, it's hard to disagree with the fact that Minecraft is the world's largest game, which gives it several advantages to marketing and global exposure of all products Minecraft. These are all good things to make a movie successful at the box office with an already massive following to pull from. Now, this large fan base to pull from has been exploited by Mojang and Microsoft in the past to sell lots of merch and to sell new game copies that were under the Minecraft banner. To name these games, there was Minecraft Story Mode, Minecraft Legends, Minecraft Earth, Minecraft Dungeons. All of these being spin offs of the original game covering varying game genres from strategy to dungeon crawlers. The issue is that none of these games are that successful and paled in comparison to the original. Two of these actually ended up being taken down, and the other remaining two, Minecraft Legends and Minecraft Dungeons, have very little updates and abysmal current player counts, practically being abandoned by Mojang. Now, here we run into a problem. The largest game on the planet, with one of the most successful gaming companies behind it, and yet they are still struggling to make another success. Every single last attempt for this franchise to branch out has more or less been at best a moderate success, and at worst, an absolute failure. On paper, this makes zero sense, and as a result of these game failures, it's only damaged Mojang and the Minecraft franchise's reputation further. What can be seen here is a pattern where Mojang has constantly tried to create more with the Minecraft brand with varying projects, but then falls short of their responsibilities to then manage these same projects. But how does the success level of these games correlate with the Minecraft movie and what it could do to Minecraft? Well, by neglecting these games, Mojang has turned a lot of the initial players who enjoyed these games to go against them. These players have asked time and time again for some kind of patch, update, or anything, and are met with silence. How then would this history of neglect for other projects transfer over to the film space? Now, I will say here that this movie isn't solely Mojang's responsibility. They're also entrusting Warner Bros. To deliver, but let's be honest, Mojang would be taking most of the fall for it if it went badly, no matter who they worked with to make this movie. Let's just imagine for a second that this movie does turn out as bad as people expect. And that's entirely possible now that we've seen how Mojang treats its other projects. But what would happen? Well, if we're to again look at Minecraft's past, a great example could very well be Minecraft's lowest point, the update from 1.8 to 1.9. I can't get into too much detail here because of how complex and convoluted this argument is, and this topic could honestly be its own video, so I'll leave it at this. This update destroyed the Minecraft community. And when I mean destroyed, it's not like everyone was just angry at each other. The game almost flat out died. This was because the community was so divided on whether or not this update was good or bad that people just lost their love to play the game. Again, I am horribly oversimplifying, like horribly, horribly oversimplifying, but I can see this kind of thing potentially happening with the Minecraft movie because Mojang is in a bit of a hot seat right now. Their past few updates have been received with lots of frustration. The mob vote created a sense of division throughout the whole community. And what's already been mentioned lots throughout this video already, people are upset that Mojang can't even keep another game alive. Even though they're trying to go back and fix some of these problems, like the mob vote, go and see my previous video for some news on that. All of this, plus a terribly received Minecraft movie on release, could be the breaking point where people just lose hope in Minecraft. The Minecraft community has already seen what the backlash for mismanagement and neglect has been, and for something so widespread as a movie, there's no telling how far negative reception could go. All of this buildup could finally culminate in a crash as big or bigger than the 1.8 to 1.9 update. All of this does sound pretty negative, I'll admit. And the end result of this movie being drastically unlike could be far less intense than this potential future I'm talking about. But it's good to remain aware of the fact that this movie could have a greater impact on what we know Minecraft to be than just being a bad one off film that everyone forgets to talk about. Now, here we'll be a bit more optimistic, or at least as much as we can be. We've already talked at length about the fact that this movie, or at least the trailer, was terribly received. But hey, maybe this movie is better than it looks. I mean, the trailer was released more than 7 months before the movie is supposed to come out, and a lot can change in that time frame. Okay, so what's the potential if we're all wrong? If magically all the comments saying this movie should have never been made were to just go away, and somehow, some way, this film ends up being amazing. I will admit, I sound far fetched,
But as it's important to be aware of the damages this movie could do, it's also important to see the possibility of the best case scenario. And not always be caught up with the negativity because there is plenty of that to be going around. So, first off, if this movie is a win for Minecraft, it will be a big one. There's just so much economic precedent for this movie to bring in well over $1 billion at the box office. But how is that good for us, the consumer? Why would two massive companies getting even more wealthy be at all good for any of us? Well, it's not necessarily the tangible money that matters, but the symbolism it sets for the franchise. Culture favors when a franchise has watchable content, and there is no shortage of that for Minecraft. But what I mean by watchable content is what's considered to be esteemed filmography, as in shows and movies. Look at Lord of the Rings as an example. The series got exponentially larger once the films were made. There are, believe it or not, people who aren't on YouTube, and as practically all Minecraft content is on YouTube, that limits Minecraft's reach and influence. Even a game as big as Minecraft have people who don't know anything about it, but by branching out into different areas of media, they can bring in a bigger audience by building their brand. And I shouldn't really need to explain in depth why a bigger community is almost always a good thing, because it brings in more ideas, creativity, as well as a larger social climate, and much more. It's a good thing to always have the most perspectives possible, especially when the community can influence important decisions, like the development of the game. Secondly, a success for this film will mean a more united community and a better player developer relationship. Now, let me be clear again, I am not saying that the current version of the film and what it looks like would ever unite the community and make Mojang look good. In fact, it would unite the community against Mojang. Please remember this is an idealistic potential version of the film, however unlikely, where most people, if not everyone, are happy with the result. Anyways, by really showing that they care and by producing a genuinely good film, Mojang would be able to heal its current relationship with the community, which we've already established to be a little rocky earlier in this video. By showing that they care with this project, they can prove themselves to their community again and show them that they're in good hands and that they can be fully trusted to manage a game as big as Minecraft. Mojang would, by having this movie be a success, have a massive win in a time where their wins have been few and far between. All of this would stabilize the current Minecraft climate so there's less stress and frustration to go around. So let's do a quick summary of what we've talked about here in today's video. We went over the fact that the Minecraft franchise and Mojang are currently not in a great place right now, and after a stream of bad releases, updates, and more, this movie could simply be too much and finally break the camel's back so badly that Minecraft might crash harder than it did during the 1.8 to 1.9 update. We also discussed the potential other side to this, where maybe the movie could be received far better than the first trailer, and if so, would set a strong precedent for Minecraft outside of the gaming culture on YouTube. We also touched on how Mojang could lift themselves out of the pit that they've been digging for themselves over the past few years by having this film be successful as a means to prove back to the community that they've changed and that they're ready to continue to get better. Anyways, that's all for this video. But if you stayed to the end, I do just want to say that I really, really thank every one of you. I can't really wrap my head around just how amazing you've all been. Over the past few days, this channel has gone further than I could have ever imagined it would go. I started last week with 26 subscribers, and since then I've grown more than 10 times greater than that. And the reality is that that wouldn't be possible if not for the support and love you all have shown. You wouldn't even be seeing this video if not for the support. So I really thank you all so much, and I want you all to know that I have never been more excited to make more videos just so I can make it up to all of you. But that's all for now. See you soon.